It's Tuesday night, and Primetime is live to the audiences across the globe. I'm your host with the absolute most, Sizzle33, bringing you some sizzling action here tonight. We have Dual Dreams Round 1, second half bracket to be filled out tonight. So, let's strap on in to our first bout of the evening.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
Well, Tiffany Stratton certainly looking to make a bounce back here in this matchup. Having lost to Fallon Henley and that title of the future of the business, she's certainly making the basically ring glow with her presence right now. She really needs this bounce back, but her opponent here is certainly no easy step up for her. Raquel Rodriguez makes her IPW debut, and let's be honest, she's got a whole lot of muscle.
From Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Raquel Rodriguez.
You can see it in her eyes. A lot of determination off of Raquel right now. She is very much on a warpath here, ready to go in IPW. She certainly wants to get rolling and pick up a big victory in her debut. Can Tiffany put her to the test and pick up a win, or will Raquel dominate her debut? Throw it to the ring for our opening bout of Primetime. Tiffany certainly looks ready. Raquel limber, ready to go. And ref Gail gets us going here on Primetime. Tiffany Stratton, nice side slam to open up this bout. And realistically speaking, Tiffany really is looking to showcase more than what she did in the Dual Dream tournament. Obviously, everyone in this tournament has a partner, and while she, realistically speaking, has... Actually, no, she hasn't competed yet. She's obviously in the breakdown bracket. She just lost outright to Fallon Henley last week on breakdown, which is never a good sign. Fallon obviously not competing tonight, getting prepared for the Dual Dream tournament. Second round. She will face one of the teams that will qualify tonight on Primetime. Obviously the Primetime bracket is the more interesting bracket for tonight's show, as we have two bouts in the Dual Dream tournament. As we turn our attention back towards this matchup, Tiffany in control for the most part here. Vicious chops being delivered to Raquel. She is just punishing Rodriguez, not really allowing her any form of aggression, as that lovely neck-hung net breaker connects there for Tiffy. Now just putting them boots to good use, stomping away at the legs of Raquel, who, let's be honest, bit of a giant in comparison to Tiffy. So taking away at the base of her makes it harder to stand up makes it harder to really deliver any like big powerhouse maneuvers because you'll buckle if your legs aren't there. Realistically speaking, Tiffany does not want to be hit by moves like that. That side slam, vicious from Raquel. With Gail issuing the 10 count right now, up to 3. Raquel wisely throwing Tiffany back into the ring. And the count gets stopped. Tiffany and Raquel kind of trading blow for blow right now. But Raquel demonstrating that power, just picking Tiffany up by her arm into the pin off that maneuver. And she's gonna do it again. Tiffany has no answer to this maneuver. She just keeps getting dropped on her back. Raquel demonstrating the power with the suplex. And Tiffany, she needs to find a way to get into this matchup once more. But I think Raquel is going to continue to tear her apart as a trio of clotheslines hit Tiffany across that neck. So we flip cameras by accident. It doesn't matter. It's a body slam. Power slam-esque maneuver from Raquel connects. And she's showcasing her muscles because Tiffany, her muscles are currently being squashed into the pin. A 1 and a 2. Big time kick out by Stratton. He's really needing to find a way back in because Raquel has her in a flurry of offense. Tiffany gets back to her feet, kicks Raquel into the corner, and can start to dissect the taller opponent. Chop gets blocked. Raquel comes back with a boot, picks her up. Is this the Tejana bomb? Big time planting into the pin. 1, 2. Tiffany somehow staying alive. But for how much longer? Raquel lets her get to the outside. She's planning something big as the diving elbow connects. More elbows landing flush on Stratton as Raquel in firm control of this bout. Tiffany's really not been able to get any form of offense. There's been no prettiest movesault ever. No real other maneuver. Raquel's just been in firm control. Gail's issued that 6 count. You have to feel that they're gonna come back into the ring. As Rodriguez first to break the count. Stratton unable to make any maneuver. She's planted face first in the mat. Raquel's going to the top rope, beckoning Tiffany to her feet, but it's over just like that.
Here's your winner, Raquel Rodriguez.
As a typical IPW countout happens, this time in Raquel's debut. She picks up the win over Tiffany Stratton in dominant fashion. Well, it looks like we have an interesting bout in front of us. As Gallus are making their way to the ring. Hopefully, this is a big time bout. As Mark and Joe Coffey are the members of Gallus coming out here. You can see determination in their faces.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Mark Coffey, representing Gallus from Glasgow, Scotland, weighing in at 248 pounds, Joe Coffey.
So singles action appears to be what we're getting here, as the Scottish Iron Man, Joe Coffey, makes his way to the ring in his own IPW debut. Gallus, formidable team in NXT UK, but on NXT normally, have realistically been kind of filler. They've not really been able to get much done as the British talent, or the Scottish talent more specifically, are realistically looking to get something going. Maybe they'll be able to do so here in IPW. But to do so, they've got to go through what appears to be someone in the OC. And it's Gallows and Anderson. The two sweets are up. And that means they're coming for you.
And his opponent, accompanied by Carl Anderson, representing the OC by way of Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 292 pounds, Luke Gallows.
The Good Brothers are here to make an impact. Luke Gallows, in his own IPW debut, wants to take on Joe Coffey. You have the Iron Man versus the Good Brother. Who's going to pick up the win here? Is I think this is quite evenly matched. And we're underway here. Gallows versus Coffey in a singles bout. But Carl Anderson and Mark Coffey, both here at ringside, they could look to get involved at any point here of this matchup. As Joe Coffey takes early advantage over Gallows, beckoning him to his feet. Possibly looking at double axe handle. No, it's a spring, it's a drop kick. It's a missile drop kick. Perfectly executed by Joe Coffey, who busts Gallows open pretty quickly into this bout. Looking to punish the big LG here. And I certainly, for one, am looking forward to seeing how the rest of this bout will shape up, as both men taking the action to the outside. Joe Coffey doing a little stutter dance around the big LG. Gallows taking control of this bout for now, off of that little bit of a dance from Joe Coffey. And Scottish Iron Man certainly has made his match here. These two trading on the outside. Gregathy up to a 6 count. Mark Coffey actually taking the turnbuckle off. And Gregathy's distracted. And that's going to cause some issue as an Irish whip in the ring ducks the line. And both meet in the middle with a simultaneous usage of a lariat. Carl Anderson taking exception. And Mark Coffey also enters the ring. Mark's actually been kicked out after obviously taking the turnbuckle off. But because Carl Anderson's entered the ring first, he's kicked out. And now he will disappear. Both the big LG and the Scottish Iron Man surprised with that outcome. Into the pin here. And Mark Coffey has cost his brother the win. It's been at least a 3. And because the top turnbuckle was removed, Joe Coffey could not pick up the win. Oh, King Kong knee drop gets avoided on the outside. As these two men evenly matched. But the manager interference has paid dividends. Big time. Leaping elbow strike there by Gallows. throws Joe back into the ring. Des Perez out from Coffee. Connects perfectly onto Gallows, and there's the discus lariat. Perfectly executed. Could this be the perfect victory? Never mind. It was almost a 3, but Gallows somehow finds a way to kick out, and Coffee, frustrated by it, just gonna pick away the legs of Gallows. The single leg Boston Crab executed here. Will Gallows tap out? He will not. He actually fights out of it. Back to his feet, picks up Coffee, but Coffee fighting out of whatever Gallows was looking for. Discus lariat connects again, and that should be it. A big time win.
Here is your winner, Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey, in his debut, takes down Luke Gallows. He was almost cost by his brother, but in the end, a second discus clothesline connecting gave him the win in his debut. We move into the Dual Dream tournament tonight with our next bout. And I'm afraid we've got some bad news as Barrett is coming to the ring. Boom.
The following is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Preston, England, weighing in at 246 pounds, Bad News Barrett!
Bad News Barrett, not unusual to see him in a mixed tag match, as he's found success previously in qualifying for the Conquest bout with a female partner. Will he find that same success tonight, as he's got a difficult opponent in front of him? But something that was not difficult for him was teaming with this lady. Beautiful brutality was what was given from them two. And well, Rhea Ripley is certainly here to make an impact and get a title shot.
And his partner, representing the Judgment Day, from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley.
This team is certainly the most experienced mixed tag setup in IPW, as they are the only mixed tag winners before the tournament began. Can they find the same success in the Primetime bracket? Well, they have a lot to do tonight if they are to continue that success. But Rhea and Barrett are a well-oiled machine, and they have certainly got the skills, the technique to do it. But their opponents are something formidable, as some may say the power couple of WWE currently. But will that affect this bout? We'll have to wait and see, as Dominic Mysterio is coming out to the ring. Bandana draped around his face. You can't see the fear in his facial expressions.
The Judgment Day, from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Probably the most inexperienced wrestler in this tournament. This Dual Dream tournament. The IPW debut of Dominic Mysterio is certainly going to be a tough one for him. As both Rhea and Barrett kind of want to knock him out, let's be honest. He is slowly making his way to the ring. He finally picks up the pace, but let's be honest. He knows what's in front of him. He knows he has a difficult path. Win this match, you have a massive bout against Will Ospreay and Mariah May in the second round. And well, them two, the British power couple, even though they're not a couple, are certainly a hard unit to beat. Because they can match you in speed, they can match you in power if they want to. And their offense is certainly, I would say, not as powerful as what Barrett and Rhea's is. But let's be honest, the road does not get any easier for any person in this tournament. As Liv Morgan,
Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
the power couple of WWE, certainly looking to make an impact here. Former Women's World Champion Liv Morgan is very much a threat. The speed, the size, some may say is a disadvantage, but the evasiveness, the ability to get around this ring and throw caution to the wind sets Liv apart as we get into our penultimate Primetime bracket Dual Dream bout. In round one, Ref Gale draws the action and we kick it underway with Barrett and Mysterio taking the lead as Barrett learning from his partner a very similar move to the Riptide. That gut wrench really does a lot of work to you, and as we said before this bout really kicked off, Mami wants to get her hands on Dominic, and so any possible maneuver that reminds you of her will certainly be used here. As Barrett firmly in control of Mysterio. Mysterio does well to actually fight off Barrett's offense and start to land his own. Springboard moonsault attempted. Barrett rolls out the way and now starts to work on the legs of Mysterio. Certainly a formidable team as Rhea gets her first taste of action, landing the big time spear on Liv. Mysterio quickly running to the outside. I'm going to get involved here and break up Rhea's offense. A onslaught of lariats into the ripcord dropkick. Perfect combination as Barrett and Ripley certainly taking early control of this bout. There's been really no flurry of offense from Liv and Dom. And that is certainly a good testament to the skills that Barrett and Ripley have, as Liv misses the pin breakup, tries to kick Gale, I think. Instead, missing wildly, and Dom's forced to make the kick out himself. Dom now is able to get some control, and you can just hear the crowd, the loud boos just echoing through the Primetime arena. Barrett now in control over Dominic, and he is putting his boots to good use here, stomping away at Mysterio. The tags out quick and consistent by Ripley and Barrett. They are looking to keep, well, put in a world of hurt against both combatants on the opposite side to them. Liv now is in control though. Ripley quick to turn it around with the Irish whip into the corner. Slapping the chest of Morgan. And the stomps to boot. I'm surprised she didn't try and take a cheap shot against Mysterio there. But it doesn't really matter, as Mysterio has just been constantly beaten to a pulp. Big time neck breaker there by Dirty Dom, whose offense gets evaded here by Barrett, who's setting him up. Kick to the gut, punch to the back, and then a headbutt on top of it. And Dom, every time he gets put on the mat, Barrett tags out to Rhea because he knows that she wants a piece of Morgan. Drop down into drop kick, perfectly executed by Rhea there. Very Okada-esque. As Rhea sets up the Boston Crab near the ropes. Liv could quite easily get out of this hold. Does so with just a quick movement of her own leg, as Rhea setting up Liv into an abdominal stretch. I thought she was looking for the riptide there, as it was very similar to an abdominal stretch. Rhea in control of this bout, tags out, because Barrett, he wants to get his hands on Dom. Big time lariat connects, stomp on top of it. You have to feel the wasteland or the bull hammer elbow must be coming sooner rather than later, as a massive splash from Barrett. Not something you see too often from him, but he can certainly fly if he wants to. Whips Dom, leapfrog, elbow strike connecting. And once more, when Dom's put to the mat, Rhea gets tagged in. Liv, though, taking control of the bout. Obviously, winner of this advances into round 2 of the Primetime bracket of the Dual Dream Tournament, where they will face Mariah May or Will Ospreay. It's a tope out from Rhea Ripley. Not something you see too often in her wheelhouse of offense. Oh, big time drop onto the knee. Rhea evading the offense now. Gonna throw Liv back into the ring. Stomp goes awry there. Missing the grapple. Liv springboard into the head scissor takedown. Spinning head scissor takedown nonetheless. Kick gets evaded and Rhea lands a forearm. Setting Liv up now for arguably the Riptide. Connecting. Not pinning, never mind. She goes for it now. Gail gets into position, a 1 and a 2, and Liv Morgan stays alive. Liv gonna have to buy a second of solace now. Or given a second of solace, I should say, as Rhea tags out to Barrett, realizing Barrett can take control. Wasteland delivered. 1, 2. 2 big finishes against Mysterio and Morgan, and somehow they kick out. But this looks to be the end as the bullhammer gets evaded. Dominic Mysterio in control, whips Barrett, drops him, almost setting him up for the 619. Maybe he's looking for something else. Opts to tag out himself. And Liv drop kicks Rhea. Could this be the momentum shifter? The moves that give the control and the win to the power couple in WWE. Morgan and Mysterio. Not something you typically expect to be winning as a tag team. But they know how to get the job done. Rhea, though, into the pin. She thinks she's done enough. 2 count. And she has.
Here are your winners, Rhea Ripley and Bad News Barrett.
That 3 count realistically came out of nowhere, as it was pretty much a nothing move that picked up the win. But Barrett and Rhea 2-0 in mixed tag action and advancing into the second round of the tournament. In 2 weeks' time, we will be having Ospreay and Mariah May taking on Barrett and Rhea in the Dual Dream tournament in this primetime bracket. But before we find out our matchup next week, we've got a triple threat action on our hands as MVP enters the primetime arena.
The following is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 259 pounds, Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP.
Straight from the 305, MVP is looking to be the playmaker and go balling here in IPW. Setting up for the shot, as always. A little bit of a stutter into this pose. You know he's ready to go. In the prime of his career, some may say. He is really a big threat. And well, with the rest of the field in this triple threat being thrown in front of him, can he step up? Because let's be honest, Cactus Jack.
First, from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds, Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack is a dangerous opponent in any form of competition, but in a triple threat match where anything goes, you can certainly hear them shots, the bang bangs, flying high, as any weapon, any form of offense could be thrown your way. As the most wanted man from Truth and Consequences steps up to the plate. Well, we saw his son losing in the previous matchup. Can the Mysterio name pick up a win here tonight on IPW's Primetime?
And representing the LWO from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
The leader of the LWO, Rey Mysterio, is not a man to be messed with. Veteran of the game, and certainly one of the most tenured wrestlers ever. Without doubt, the biggest luchador in the world ever. With a Hall of Fame career, going up against 2 probably future Hall of Famers. Obviously, Cactus Jack is in the Hall of Fame as Mick Foley. MVP possibly could have made it himself if he was still in WWE. But Montel Von Davis Porter is a guy that will always step up to the plate. As his moniker, his theme song constantly says, he is balling, straight balling. He certainly got Dev Rebelled with that theme. Hashtag bring back his old theme. As everyone knows, Dev Rebels suck. Anyway, I digress from where we are heading as the action starting to pick up here in the early goings. Swinging neckbreaker from Cactus Jack. I'm surprised that no one's really gone for a weapon just yet. As that's certainly something you'd expect out from Cactus Jack, who keeps locking in these sleeper holds. Finally a weapon's introduced. This time by MVP. Crushing the chair across the skull of Rey Mysterio here. Another weapon looks to be brought in. MVP's busted open. He could face more consequences from the kendo stick of Rey Mysterio. Thankfully, MVP takes it out the hands of the luchador. And it is certainly a welcome thing as a chair and kendo stick sit quietly in the bottom left corner of this ring. Cactus Jack quickly dropping blows to the head of MVP. Finally gets a weapon and just throws it straight at Mysterio, keeping him in that corner. Cactus Jack, a menace with weapons, and when he's able to get his hands on them, it's very hard to keep him from doing something deadly. Big time clothesline from MVP takes Cactus to the outside, into the pin, broken up because Cactus Jack not really faced too much offense. And he's busted open both of his opponents. One with a headbutt, one with the turnbuckle. He is certainly unrelenting in this bout. Mysterio, hard to tell if he's actually bleeding under that mask or not, but you can certainly see it's not affecting his offense as he gets a code red onto MVP, forcing him out to the outside. Mysterio fighting off Cactus Jack. And certainly that kendo stick getting held up in that top turnbuckle between the two heads of Mysterio and Foley. Ref Gale standing upon that chair. Not really doing too much right now. Certainly an awkward position for her. Finally walks off of it for a second. But let's be honest. All three competitors just being beaten to a pulp here. Kendo sticks being utilized well by Mysterio. And surprising, Cactus Jack hasn't really opted for the weapons himself. He's just letting his opponents use them as Mysterio lands a springboard crossbody into the pin. Jack breaks it up. I have to feel Mysterio could be looking for a big time win here. Gets reversed out of whatever he was looking for there. MVP with another kendo stick. Just cracking it against the skull of Cactus Jack. We could be seeing maybe the beginning of the end here. Mysterio really needs to look for a finish. Cactus Jack's been unable to get much done. And MVP kind of has been a punching bag say least, as Gale's running amok in the middle of the ring. Only gets a 1 count. Which is certainly surprising. Reversal by Mysterio, drops Cactus across a kendo stick. Impactful moves. Cactus Jack setting him up, choking with the mandible claw. MVP out. Mr. Socko not present here. Is Mankind not in this matchup? It's Cactus Jack, boys and girls, and a 2 count is garnered off that mandible claw. The Cactus DDT or pile driver could be coming, despite pile driver just plants Mysterio middle of the ring. That would have been it. MVP running into Cactus Jack. Oh, kendo stick damage from out of nowhere. Cactus Jack finally getting control, but he's rolled up. 1, 2, big time kick out. Mysterio tries to steal one there. Drop kick evaded, but MVP is caught. Cactus Jack has him on his shoulders, drops him, and then first across the top rope. Mysterio, the only man standing in this matchup, picks up a kendo stick and goes to work on MVP. Finally, MVP takes the stick away from the Lucha Legend and starts to go to work on Cactus Jack. All 3 men bloodied, bruised, and beaten up by kendo sticks in this bout. MVP busts open another and playmaker of this bout. Gale gets a punch from Cactus Jack. Cactus DDT connects. Mysterio back to his feet, springboard crossbody connecting. MVP also back to his feet. That Cactus DDT didn't do too much. Kick to the body. Leaping clothesline by Cactus Jack. Mysterio fights out of the grapple. Big time German suplex from MVP. Kick to the body. Arm wrench. Mysterio so elegant, so quick to that top turnbuckle. Gets a nice arm drag to MVP. Setting him up. Round the world, Mysterio takes MVP. To the top rope he goes. Stairs in the middle. Not needed. Cactus Jack gets kicked. Mysterio looking for the same maneuver once more. Around the world, Cactus Jack goes. Into the pin though is Mysterio. A 1, a 2. Big time kick out by the Hall of Famer. Hurricane Rana from Mysterio connecting. But the kitchen sink from Cactus Jack is met in Mysterio's face. These steel stairs brought into the ring by Cactus Jack, and he's putting them to use, tossing them directly at MVP. A 1, a 2, but the pin gets broken up by Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, Cactus Jack, 2 Hall of Famers, 2 phenomenal careers, but it's a ball game that MVP is looking to capitalize on. But somehow he fails to take into consideration the big time player, Rey Mysterio. German suplex into the bridge. Cactus Jack recovering from the playmaker. Lands the bulldog. Mysterio tries to get some offense onto Cactus Jack, but it goes awry. No man able to get anything going here in this bout. As Mysterio, I thought, was looking for a dive. Instead, just opting to run to the outside. And the code red connects. Kendo stick being brought out and landed flush on Cactus Jack's head. Is MVP going for some springboard offense? Not something you see too much from him. But vintage MVP setting things up. Around the world goes Rey Mysterio. And he's in control right now. But with both MVP and Cactus Jack getting to their feet, action's gonna quickly head into the middle of the ring. Big time suplex. And the sliding dive gets evaded there. Rey unlucky to land that. But the living legend delivers a Canadian destroyer. I guess you could say it's a Mexican destroyer. But hey, he's not from Mexico. He's from Texas. Mysterio. DDT almost planting MVP on the chair. Instead, just going to use the chair. Puts in the damage into the pin, but Cactus Jack's in the ring already. Breaks it up. Springboard crossbody connects. And I'm surprised we haven't seen the 619 dialed up anytime soon. Frog splash from Rey. Into the pin that gets broken up immediately. Ball game from MVP. 2. So close to winning this bout. None of these three men want to give up, want to be on the losing end of this bout. As another kendo stick broken across the skull of Cactus Jack. MVP tries to play possum, tries to evade Rey Mysterio's offense, but in the end, the legend of the game, this luchador with so much skill, says nah fam, and delivers kendo shot after kendo shot to his opponents. Another stick broken across Cactus Jack's body. That's certainly it. Another frog splash into the pin. MVP still standing, still balling, taking it to Mysterio. I have to feel bad for Cactus Jack right now. He's really just been the punching bag of these two men right now. Finally gets a bit of offense, but he's caught by Mysterio into the leaping DDT. Springboard crossbody connect. The pin attempt here. Mysterio looking to win it. 2 count. 3.
Here is your winner, Rey Mysterio.
The Mysterio name is certainly not tarnished by Rey, as he turns around that name, that meaning, in his big time win here in this triple threat match. It's time for our second Dual Dream tournament matchup of the night. And the IPW Undisputed Champion is looking to burn it down in this tournament.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, the undisputed World Heavyweight champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
A massive matchup as the winner of this bout will face Fallon Henley and AJ Styles in the second round of the Primetime bracket. Who is Seth's partner though in this tournament? As realistically speaking, he needs someone special if he's to beat that formidable team next week on Primetime. That's if they win. And well, it's only fitting the man of his relationship takes center stage as his partner.
And his partner from Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch.
Big time Bex making her way to the ring. The Four Horsewomen, realistically speaking, have had one of the worst runs here in IPW so far. But tonight, they're looking to turn around their fortune, I guess you could say. As Becky Lynch, the last kicker, the man, big time Bex. She goes by many names, but one of them she can't call herself is champ. Winning this tournament puts her one step closer to that moniker. Can she do so with her most trusted of allies, her closest partner, her husband? Only time will tell, as they need to go through this team. The game starts now. Keeping them waiting is the COO of WWE.
And from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds, Triple H.
By the look of determination on his face, he wants one last run at the title. Winning this tournament grants you a shot at possibly the person he's against tonight. Can Triple H do the unthinkable and unseat a formidable team in Becky and Seth? Or will Seth and Becky get some sort of revenge, as Triple H and Seth obviously worked together originally in the Authority, but Triple H turned his back on him, and thus Seth gained that title, Kingslayer, taking Triple H out at Mania. It certainly was a beautiful sight when that happened, but this woman has had many statements in the business.
Representing the Authority from Greenwich, Connecticut, Stephanie McMahon.
We enter the Queendom, a place where the man is not welcome. Stephanie McMahon always seems to stand on top of the women's division, even when she's not an active competitor. She enforces everything, and she's looking to enforce her will in this bout. While she's not considered the best of wrestlers, she is a former women's world champion. And to be honest, it's more than most people get in their careers. Can this, I would say, underdog team pick up the win against the current champs and the man? See how it goes as the last Primetime bracket round 1 matchup gets underway. Gale getting involved, forcing Samoan drop from Triple H. He was looking to drive Seth into that corner, but it's really backfired on the game. Let's be honest, Triple H, the type of guy to throw you constantly into the turnbuckle, punish you in the corner with slow, vindictive strikes. But Seth, looking for the blockbuster, gets caught. Irish whip into the corner by the game. Triple H driving his shoulder into the stomach of Seth and letting Seth know that he wants the belt. Let's be honest, I said it before on Breakdown. If you beat the champ, that surely puts you in line for the title. And I certainly feel that if Triple H and Stephanie McMahon beat Seth and Becky, there's going to be an IPW Undisputed Men's Heavyweight Championship bout between the game and Seth frickin' Rollins at Dual Dream. No matter what, Seth's going to be competing at the pay-per-view, and whether or not it's against Triple H, whether it's against AJ Styles in the next round, could be Ospreay or Barrett in this bracket, he's certainly facing someone in this tournament, and that is a huge test because everyone in this tournament is championship material. You look at the history, the accolades Triple H has held in his past. He has held tag team gold. He's held world championships, world heavyweight championships, WWE championships. As Seth does the deal, Stephanie in quickly to break that one up. Falcon Arrow, powerful maneuver. But Stephanie, in her own right, is powerful, taking it to Becky Lynch, who's got her in this awkward position, just driving her into the mat. The last kicker, taking it to the boss, and not the CEO kind, the literal boss of the company that she works for. Steph McMahon in a world of trouble as Becky puts her in an armbar, able to reverse out of it. Absolutely experienced against submission specialist Ronda Rousey is Stephanie McMahon. Had to fight out of a couple of armbars at Mania when she last teamed with her husband Triple H. Obviously, two power couples in this bout, two husband and wife combinations, and surprisingly, right now, Stephanie McMahon taking the lead and advantage against Becky Lynch. And a tag out grants Triple H into the ring, as well as Seth Rollins, but all four combatants doing battle right now as the women are facing off against one another here on the outside. Triple H and Seth going to war here. Seth thrown back into the ring by Triple H. We'll have to keep our eyes on the women to see if they return back to their sides of the ring. Seth just dropped on his arm. Very vicious offense from the game right now. She's possibly setting up for that spine buster. Gonna have to pick up Seth sooner rather than later. You can just hear the offense happening right out in front of me. But Seth, he's setting up for the stomp. Connects. The game could be out. Stephanie rushing to try and get in the ring. She doesn't get there in time, but the game kicks out. And staying alive in this matchup is the Authority. Stephanie evades the shot from Becky. But big time Bex has her in her grasp. Just places her on the ropes. Tags out to her husband, Seth frickin' Rollins, who we already know has the game's number in wrestling matches. Triple H on the receiving end of Seth's offense as a super kick connects flush on the cheek of the game. Triple H to his feet quickly, but he's caught with the crossbody. Pinfall attempt here. Stephanie McMahon forced in quick to break it up. Triple H back to his feet. Catches Seth. Whips him into his own corner. And the game back to delivering shoulders into Seth's chest. Back to just choking him in the corner. Ref Gale actually trying to break it up. But the pinfall attempt here from Triple H. Only must string up a one. The game, you have to feel, might be running out of options. Spinebuster, the pedigree, both there for when he needs him. But Seth, he's looking to put the game out permanently. The buckle bomb connects. 1, 2. The game kicks out on pure instinct more than anything. Seth, though, not letting Triple H into this bout, not giving him a chance to perform. As the women come in, Seth might have cost his team the win. Stephanie delivers the DDT, plants Becky in middle of the ring, into the cover. Could this be it? 1, 2, not even a 2 count. I was almost certain Stephanie had this one wrapped up. The kick to the stomach. And surprisingly, the first woman, never mind, reversal out of the pedigree. The first person in this match I thought that would have landed a pedigree would have been Seth Rollins, considering how much he was rolling. But in the end, it's somehow Stephanie McMahon the first to go for the option. Becky Lynch taking it now to Stephanie. Exploder suplex. Catching her with another suplex, this time standardized one. And Becky Lynch now is rolling forward. Uppercut. And she plants Stephanie in the middle of the ring. The manhandle slam must be coming soon. Maybe even the disarmer. But another suplex, this time into the turnbuckles. Becky's quick into the pin. A 2 count from the last kicker. Stephanie wisely rolling to the outside, and the crowd letting her hear it. They're disappointed that she has done that. The fire up as Becky starts to land shots in front of them. Ref Gale issuing the count. We're up to a 4. Stephanie laughing on the outside. Big time shot connecting. Count reset when Becky exited the ring. Stephanie fighting back from whatever Becky was looking for. DDT connecting on the outside. We're up to a 6 count. 7. Seth, I feel, is in the way. Thrown back out. Please tag out. And a tag. Stephanie could have won the match there. Instead, just opting to tag out to her husband. Could that have been the biggest mistake of her career? Seth getting rolling. Taking control back in this matchup for his team. Game. Falls back to his feet. Irish whip. Sling blade from Seth. Another whip. This time into his corner. Gets Triple H into that turnbuckle. Just constantly applying the pressure. Dragging his face across the top turnbuckle. That'll burn your skin. He is certainly giving some difficult offense. Pinfall attempt here from Rollins and Triple H. Last second kick out. Seth just dropping with the flatliner. Triple H into the buckle. I think unwisely Seth tags out to his partner. The cradle bomb from Becky connects. Stephanie is rolling, setting up for the pedigree. The reversal from Becky with that lariat connects. Stephanie twice going for the pedigree and twice gets reversed. This time the manhandle slam connects. Becky into the pin. A 2 count and a 3.
Here are your winners, the team of Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Stephanie McMahon had this match won, but threw it all away by tagging out. And that results in Seth and Becky advancing to face AJ Styles and Fallon Henley next week on Primetime.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Undisputed Television Championship.
It's main event time here on Primetime as our television championship is on the line. We promised if you beat a champion, you get a shot at the championship. And Shinsuke Nakamura did the unthinkable on Breakdown, beating Christian and Chelsea Green in the Breakdown Battle bracket. He is certainly a charismatic wrestler, thriving off the crowd's energy as they serenade him to the ring. While his style is certainly of the strong, Shinsuke Nakamura looks to become the second ever TV champion here. Christian had to go through a Conquest qualifier and then the Conquest bout, where he used his wily veteran skills to take that title home. But here, against someone who's equally as conniving as him, can he pick up the victory? Shinsuke Nakamura known for being one of the best champions, Intercontinental Champion in New Japan and World Heavyweight Champion in New Japan. His WWE accolades extended from NXT. Obviously, he was NXT champion. He has realistically not won the big one in WWE. Something of which Christian has done before. World Heavyweight Champion in WWE on the SmackDown brand. That feud with Randy Orton, where it was just one more match, led him to becoming World Heavyweight Champion. But here and now in IPW, he does not get one more match. He doesn't need one more match. He is the current champion. With that belt in his hand, he's certainly looking to make a statement here against Shinsuke that him winning in the breakdown bracket of the Dual Dream tournament was a fluke. Can Captain Charisma step up, defend his title, and walk back to breakdown, belt in hand? Or will we see Shinsuke's crowning moment here on Primetime? This is your main event here as we toss it to the ring to Mike Rome for the official championship introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura. And his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, the undisputed television champion, Christian Page.
And here you have it. Christian forced to hand the title over. Ref Gale drawn the duties for this bout as the television championship lofted into the air. One of these two men will walk out of Primetime with the belt. Shinsuke wanting to carry that belt into his second round matchup in the breakdown bracket. Obviously, that is how we have this title matchup. As in round one, Christian got beat by Nakamura and his partner, Kairi Sane. See Chelsea Green also involved in that bout on Christian's side of things. But here tonight, these two men have to go it alone. As Nakamura taking the early striking advantage to Cage. Something of which I feel Nakamura will have firm advantage in this bout with is his flurry of strikes and offense that he can go for. Now, Christian obviously has the veteran wily skills that he is known for. Obviously, his capabilities of dodging, ducking, evading the opponent can come in handy in this bout. But Nakamura is the type of guy to stay on top of you, not give you a moment's rest. And Christian, certainly so far, has seen that style of offense from Shinsuke Nakamura. 5 count right now in this bout as Christian and Nakamura both brawling here on the outside. Gale's up to a 7. Christian rolls back into the ring. Nakamura slow to get up. Finally able to do so. Gale up to a 9. Nakamura breaks the count. As Christian trying to stay on top with this momentum. Vicious stomps on the hand of Nakamura, not allowing him a chance to go for that armbar, that vicious armbar that Nakamura can go for. Very potent if he wants to utilize it. Obviously, more notable is the Kinshasa, a move he can launch from anywhere. Christian has to be wary because he's felt one before. As Nakamura unleashing strikes on Christian Cage. Drop down into the kick to the stomach. Nakamura sets up Christian for another. Same place, same target. As Nakamura is unleashing these vicious boots to the body of the champion. To the top rope he goes. King Kong knee drop, connecting, and a 1 count is garnered off the back of it. Looking to continue to utilize his knee strikes as Nakamura, as Christian fighting back into this bout. Nakamura quick to his feet, sensing he has a wounded champion in front of him, setting him up for the knees to the body. And Christian nips up, actually looking to turn it around. Irish whip reversal from Nakamura, and then hangs him on the top turn rope. To the skies, Nakamura looking to take flight. Kinshasa could be coming, instead opting for a double axe handle. This is your main event of Primetime. It is a TV Championship bout. Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Christian Cage. Christian taking the top turnbuckle off. Probably not the wisest of options, as Gale issuing a count. Nakamura breaks up the count and busts open Christian off the back of his, I would say, smart play. You can't win the championship via count out. You have to remember that. Diving knee drop evaded there by Christian Cage. Nakamura now on the receiving end of Christian's offense. Christian setting Nakamura up for possibly the kill switch. Irish whip into the exposed turnbuckle. Gale hasn't gone to fix it just yet, as Christian setting Nakamura up for the kill switch. Can the champion retain off that move? 1, 2. Somehow Nakamura kicks out. This matchup continues on here. Nakamura reverses out of the finals lift. You have to feel maybe Christian was going to throw Nakamura into that top turnbuckle. As Nakamura sets up with the driver. Christian in danger of losing the title. Kicks out on a near fall. Neither man wants to give up the belt just yet. Shinsuke heads to the second rope. Drops the knee once more across the skull of Christian Cage. And he's beckoning him up to his feet. Kick to the stomach. Kinshasa connects with ease. And we have not got a new champion. Christian fighting with all his will, staying alive in this bout. Fights off Nakamura. Lands the lariat. Point blank. Pinfall for the champion. 1, 2. Somehow, neither man wants to stay down for a 3. Christian on the offense. Nakamura fighting out of it though. Knee strike connects. The Kinshasa lands flush. And we have a new television champion.
Here is your winner, and new undisputed television champion, Shinsuke Nakamura.
While his victory in the Breakdown tournament was no fluke, we have a new television champion to end out Primetime. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. If you've enjoyed this episode of Primetime, stick around till Thursday where Breakdown takes center stage. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below, subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you guys then. Peace out.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings.